Sup you beautiful people. Hope you've had a fantastic day. Welcome back to another new episode of What If Naruto Was in the Marvel Universe. If you guys enjoyed this what if, comment down below and let me know. And go ahead and check out other what ifs in the channel after watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and also share this video with your friends. Before we get into it though, check out Bilibili Comics. Bilibili Comics is the official trusted place to read hit exclusive series from top creators. Bilibili Comics is a great online webtoons and webcomics reader among all reading apps. Enjoy the best new comics, manhwa, and exclusive webtoons on Bilibili Comics. Download the app now and jump right into it. The link is in the description. Now let's start this video. Stark's Mansion, Malibu, Los Angeles. May 27, 2008, 10:30 local. Pepper rushed towards Tony's workshop garage. He had been missing ever since the firefighter gala, and she was worried that he got himself into trouble again. She pushed Naruto for information, but he kept his mouth shut. He just said that Tony was not dead. That's why when Jarvis informed Pepper that Tony had finally arrived and was holding himself up in the garage, she dropped everything in the office and ran back home. She barged through the door and ran down the stairs, although she was not expecting the scene in front of her. She entered the security code and walked inside. "Tony," Pepper whispered in shock, pulling Tony's attention. Tony looked towards Pepper, while still suspended mid-air with metal contraptions on each limb, trying to remove the red and gold armor that he was wearing. He sputtered a few moments before giving up on defending himself. "Be honest. We've done a whole lot worse than this," Tony deadpanned. Pepper's face immediately turned as red as her hair. She was about to reprimand Tony when she heard something that made the situation a whole lot worse. I don't need to know what nasty things you do in your private time," Pepper heard from somewhere in the computer lab. She slowly turned her head towards the source of the voice, and saw Naruto leaning back on a chair with his feet up on the table and eating ramen. "Naruto, I didn't see you there," Pepper replied, trying to brush off her embarrassment. "Obviously," Naruto said as he placed down the ramen bowl. "We can forget everything that was said if you do me a favor." "Oh, thank God, yes," Pepper replied, a lot more relaxed. "What do you need?" "Well, one is for me, and one is for Tony." "Really?" Naruto said sheepishly, which is immediately mirrored by Tony. This immediately sent warning bells up Pepper's mind. "What did you two do this time?" Pepper questioned, preparing herself for the inevitable headache. "Oh? You really don't want to know?" Naruto answered with a chuckle. He also noticed that after 25 minutes, Tony finally got out of his suit. "Tony needs one F-22 with all the bells and whistles, and I need 2 of them. Just send them to Rhodey." "What?" Pepper exclaimed before turning towards Tony. "Where the hell did you go?" "Afghanistan," Tony said quietly. He expected Pepper to blow up again, but she just stood there with her arms crossed while tapping her foot, urging him to continue. "The 10 rings somehow got 3 Jerichos, tanks, and a lot more stuff. They hold up in Gulmere, so I took my new suit and went there myself." "And how did you get involved in this?" Pepper asked Naruto, still using her mom look. "I was there first. It's your husband's fault that he decided to take my job," Naruto retorted. "If anything, you should thank me. I just pulled Tony out of the crosshairs of 4 F-22. Hey, it's not my fault that a tank shot me down and banged up the hardware." Tony defended himself automatically, but Naruto's grin informed him that he just made the wrong move, and it wouldn't be long before he figured out why. "You got shot down by a tank. When were you going to tell me this?" Pepper exclaimed, causing Tony to try to take a step back before stopping himself. He slowly walked towards Pepper, took her hands, and hugged her. "Look, Pep. I'm okay. I'm not hurt though. I can say that I'm shaken up by the fall," Tony whispered to Pepper. Pepper hugged Tony tighter. This was so she can subtly pat Tony's body for injuries and, at the same time, hide her teary eyes. When she was satisfied that Tony was indeed okay, she let go of him and wiped her eyes. "I still don't know why you need 3 raptors," Pepper stated. "Tony flew over restricted airspace, which is why the military tagged him. I was going to teleport us here, but they already had a visual on us, so we scrammed." Naruto interjected before Tony could explain. "Tony accidentally hit one of the planes. Me, not so much an accident, but more of a controlled explosion," he added while making a fire dragon appear in his hands and making it dance around him just to emphasize his point. This fire show left Pepper and Tony a little dazed. Ever since Naruto revealed to the couple about his origins and skills, he had been using his skills more and more in private, and they still couldn't believe it. Although the pair had 2 wildly different reactions. Tony had tried to interrogate Naruto for how he does it, and what else can he do. His academic and scientific mind wouldn't allow him to rest until he figured out how Naruto did everything. The chakra explanation just wouldn't cut it. Tony even set a sub-protocol for Jarvis to record every unnatural thing Naruto did inside the house. Pepper, on the other hand, accepted the explanation a little more readily. Looking back at everything Naruto had done in the past, being an alien god just makes everything a little more acceptable, even though it would be a lot better if he just said he was some James Bond type of thing. There was just one thing she didn't expect, though. Placing house rules about things that probably no one had ever done before. No fireballs, no teleportation, no X-ray eyes, no lightning balls, no sharp objects, no water balls basically, no balls of any kind, and dragons too. Never forget the dragons. Of course, there were always exceptions to the rule. Like he can use his X-ray eyes and teleportation for emergencies. In the end, Pepper, with the help of Jarvis, was able to make a 3-inch thick binder filled with comprehensive rules. Anyways, I have to meet my girlfriend, Naruto said before picking up his ramen bowl. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. I want to watch Rhodey's press conference tomorrow with you guys. He added with a small laugh before suddenly disappearing. Let me tell you something, Pep. I'm going to figure out how he does that, Tony declared. He already told you how he does it. Why can't you just take that answer? Pepper asked while cleaning up Tony's workspace. Because chakra is not real. There's got to be another explanation, Tony insisted. Ugh. Just let it go, for now, Tony. Pepper reacted. Anyways, I contacted the wedding planner. She's coming on Saturday. Tony walked towards Pepper from behind and placed his arms around her waist. He gave an exploratory kiss to her neck and whispered, "Good. I really don't want to extend this engagement period. It's so boring. I may have a way to pass the time." Pepper sexily replied before turning around and kissing Tony deeply. Dawn, Switzerland. May 28, 2009, 8:30 local. Thanks for bringing me. I really needed the break, Jessica said as soon as they arrived. She had already decided not to go in for the next 2 days, which was why she carried an overnight bag. I couldn't just leave you there. You've been studying too hard these last few months. You can say you took a long weekend in Switzerland. Naruto replied with a chuckle before giving Jess a peck on the lips, but she had other plans. She grabbed onto Naruto's face and kissed him deeper before he could pull back. When Naruto returned to the apartment in New York after Nad and Jess's misunderstanding, he was immediately pulled inside and forced into a weird conversation. By the end of the day, he was forced into something he didn't expect, an official relationship with another woman. Naruto still had no idea what transpired for both of them to pursue something so unorthodox for this world. He was reasonably sure there was an agreement between the two women. Still, his self-preservation instinct stopped him from asking. Although, if he was honest with himself, it felt a whole lot better to be romantic with both Nad and Jess, rather than just with Nad. Ahem. The kissing couple heard from somewhere near the house entrance, which caused them to separate. The pair turned their head towards the door, and they saw a smiling Natasha leaning on the doorframe. Enjoying yourselves? Jessica didn't even look a little sheepish. She just smiled sweetly while wiping her lips and sauntering towards Natasha, and giving her a deep kiss of her own. Still jealous? Jessica asked with a sexy tone. Well, I'm still waiting on Naruto, Natasha answered, gesturing towards Naruto. Jessica turned around and saw what Natasha was referring to. Naruto was looking at the two of them with lust clearly visible in his expression. It's good to know we can still get that reaction out of him, Jessica commented. Natasha sauntered towards Naruto and gave him a kiss, which snapped Naruto out of his stupor. He shook his head before focusing back on Natasha. Where are we again? Naruto asked seriously. We're in John, Sones, Natasha answered with a giggle. Okay. Naruto absent-mindedly replied before Natasha pulled him inside. How are you doing anyway? Naruto asked Natasha as soon as they got into the house. Jessica, on the other hand, immediately went upstairs. Presumably, towards Natasha's room to place her stuff away. Still not 100%, but I'm getting there, Natasha replied, emphasizing her point by doing some light calisthenics. Already got my next mission from Fury. What are the parameters? Naruto asked. I have to go undercover for Hammer Industries. Fury believes that Justin Hammer has some shady deals. He wants me to look into it. I think there's more to it, though, Natasha explained. Come on. Don't leave me hanging, Naruto urged. Well, I think it's just something to put on my resume, for background purposes. He probably wants to put me inside Stark Industries somewhere in the future. Well, that's stupid. I can just put you inside the company anytime without Stark and Pepper knowing. I'm still technically on the board of directors, you know, Naruto told Natasha. Just let Fury do what he wants. I get paid either way, Natasha replied. Right on time, too, since Jessica decided to walk down the stairs. Where's Peggy? Jessica asked Natasha. On her run. She should be back in maybe an hour or two. It's taking her longer to get tired, Natasha answered. The trio made the best of their alone time. They were telling stories, laughing, and a whole lot of other things. It took another 2 hours before the door opened. Peggy walked inside the house, only a little winded. Her typical exercise routine just doesn't work anymore, and it didn't sit well with her former military side. This train of thought distracted her enough not to notice the trio in the living room. Oh? Didn't know you guys were coming, Peggy said with her usual British accent. But this is perfect. Naruto, how do you exercise? I don't exercise. It does nothing for me, Naruto answered quickly. But I could give you some things to make your workout harder. Oh? That would be lovely, Peggy said, a lot more relieved compared a few seconds ago. Naruto stood up and retrieved something from behind him. He walked towards Peggy and handed over the item. As she took it, she saw that it was an ornate metallic bracelet. I'm not saying I don't appreciate the gift, but I don't typically wear jewelry, Peggy commented jokingly. This is an invention of mine. I call it the resistance band, Naruto proudly said, but it looked like the girls didn't appreciate his naming sense, judging from the stifled laughter. Shut up. He mumbled towards his girls before bringing his attention back to Peggy. That band will make every movement harder. It can be anywhere from 2 times up to 100 times. It will automatically adjust the level while absorbing the latent chakra that you're emanating to keep the effect up. Just keep it on at all times, even if you're just relaxing. This is perfect. Thank you, Peggy replied gratefully before putting it on. She immediately felt the effect. It was like walking through water. I'll just clean myself up, she said before walking up the stairs to take a bath. Wow. You made a bracelet for her, huh? Natasha told Naruto with a contemplative tone. This caused Naruto to sweat involuntarily. I have one for you, Naruto quickly said. Don't worry. I believe you. Stark Mansion, Malibu, Los Angeles. May 28, 2009, 1300 hours local. Knock, knock. Naruto shouted at the entrance. He usually would have just teleported right inside his room, but reckoned that he should at least go through the front door since he brought a guest. He made sure to tell Jarvis that it was a surprise, though. Are you sure it's okay for me to come? Jessica asked just slightly behind him, a bit of nervous energy coming off of her. The whole scenario feels surreal. It might be because Naruto teleported her just as she started taking a nap or because of the massive mansion in front of her. Either way, she felt like she was being introduced to the parents. Yeah. No problem. We're just going to watch the news and maybe have some snacks before going back, Naruto answered confidently. It didn't take long for the front door to open, revealing Pepper in her stay-at-home clothes. She must have decided not to go in and just have a relaxation day. Naruto, why are you using the front door? Pepper asked before noticing another person beside him. Well, hello there, she said while extending her hand towards the leather jacket-wearing woman beside Naruto. I'm Virginia Potts, but you can call me Pepper. Sorry for just showing up. Naruto didn't even wake me up before jumping, Jessica explained while holding onto Pepper's hand and shaking it. Before introducing herself. I'm Jessica Jones. Jessica for short. All of this was said with as much politeness as she can muster. Pepper just nodded with a smile, guessing that she was one of Naruto's girlfriends. Come on in. Tony and Morgan are already set up in the living room, even though there's another hour before the press con, Pepper said before turning towards Naruto. I have no idea why you want to watch the press release about your mess, though. Naruto nonchalantly walked straight inside the mansion with Jessica sticking close behind him. We just want to see how Rody will lie on live TV, Naruto answered while walking towards the living room. He immediately dashed towards Morgan the moment he saw her and carried her around, making her laugh. Hi Morgan. How are you, princess? Naruto's antics just made her laugh harder, which also made Naruto laugh. While Naruto and Morgan are making each other laugh, Tony noticed Jessica at the living room entrance, standing uncomfortably. So he decided to make it worse. He stood up and walked over towards the unexpected guests. Hey, I'm Tony Stark, but you should know that. Billionaire, ex-playboy, genius, philanthropist, but you should know that since you're in my home. Tony said in the most Starkish way possible. Basically, just himself dialed to 100, and he was thoroughly enjoying the reaction that he was getting. And you are. Jessica took a minute to compose herself after the Tony Stark basically just harangued her. Still, Naruto's stories about the billionaire helped her calm down. Jessica Jones. I'm Naruto's girlfriend, Jessica replied. You mean one of Naruto's girlfriends? Tony retorted with a smile, but Jessica just took that in stride. He checked her out up and down, which caused both Pepper and Jessica to raise their eyebrow. Wow. Look at you. Naruto must have been a god or something. Wait, he really is a god. Well, let's just say he's really lucky. He rambled, only to stop when he felt a hand on his shoulder. He turned around and saw Naruto still carrying Morgan. It's not like I appreciate you complimenting my girlfriend here, but you should stop before your engagement falls through, Naruto whispered while gesturing towards Pepper. Tony turned his head towards Pepper and saw her staring straight towards him while standing cross-armed. He then turned his head back towards Naruto. Help me, Tony whispered back in a desperate tone. Jessica slowly moved towards Pepper, trying to get away from the childish friends. Are they always like this? Jessica asked quietly. No. They're usually much worse, involving millions of dollars worth of damages and a whole bottle of aspirin, Pepper replied before pulling Jessica towards the kitchen, leaving the friends in their impromptu skit. So tell me about yourself, Jessica. Jessica expected some form of questioning from the Starks when she figured out where Naruto took her, so she was able to formulate an answer even before she was even asked. There's nothing much to learn about me. I'm 23 years old and currently taking criminology. That's about it. Jessica replied, making sure to give only as little information as possible. Ha! Just like Naruto. You probably have some huge secrets, too, like being an immortal god or female super spy. Pepper nonchalantly commented. Jessica was taken off guard by Pepper's assertion. She expected the questioning. What she didn't expect was for Pepper to know a whole lot more than she thought. She was about to defend herself when a voice suddenly blared through the speakers, which surprised Jessica. Miss Potts. We have a guest, Jarvis informed Pepper. Who is it? Pepper asked. Mr. Stane. Stark Industries, Malibu, Los Angeles. May 28, 2009, 13:20 local. Mr. Stane. Jarvis announced. This statement caused quite a stir from everyone inside the house. In the 3 months between Tony's announcement and now, Pepper was able to stall Obadiah from visiting the mansion by flooding him with work. This ensured that Obadiah wouldn't be able to hinder Tony's investigation and to distance Morgan to the possible danger. Obadiah visiting now meant something different happened. Naruto rushed towards the kitchen with Tony behind him, while still carrying Morgan. He was internally scolding himself for forgetting to be ever vigilant even if he was in a relatively secure area. Jess, Peps, can you take Morgan upstairs? I'll stay here with Tony to meet Stane. Naruto said while handing Morgan over to Pepper before turning back to Tony. I know you're already suspecting Stane, so for the love of God, don't talk too much. Pepper and Jessica had already left the kitchen and walked towards Morgan's room. They would hide with Morgan there until they were called back. I know. Tony replied with full confidence. Being one of the smartest people alive, he could see that the pieces of evidence were pointing to the board members. At the fact that only Obadiah is in a position to take over Stark Industries if he was gone, and he immediately becomes the primary suspect. Still, his relationship with Obadiah prevents him from fully accepting the theory. What are you going to do? Naruto started walking towards the front door, but not before rapidly changing to a black suit right before Tony's eyes. Black shades and an earpiece also appeared on his head, making him look like a Secret Service agent. Tony understood Naruto's intention to act as his bodyguard, but it was just too much. There was nothing that could be done about it, though since Obadiah has already been waiting too long outside. Naruto walked towards the door and opened it, revealing an imposing Obadiah Stane, but he just brushed it off. Mr. Stane. I'm Nathan Ummer. Mr. Stark's head of independent security under Mr. Hogan. Naruto lied while extending his hand towards the older man. He made sure to use one of his identities, so that in the off chance, Stane looks into his identities, he would not find anything of value. Is Tony inside? I need to talk to him. Stane said with well-acted concern. Only Kurama's negative emotion sense tipped him off of Stane's real feelings about Tony. Yes sir. Please follow me. Naruto replied before walking back inside and heading straight towards the kitchen. Naruto made sure he locked the door and used his Sharingan to check Stane for weapons. His vigilance immediately paid off since he found half a dozen Stark Industries tech in Stane's pockets. He released a small burst of lightning chakra to disable the devices. Obadiah saw Tony pouring 2 cups of coffee on top of the kitchen counter. He saw the guards stop just outside the kitchen, giving them privacy, while still close enough to respond to any situation. This unforeseeable development prevented him from doing anything drastic. One thing he noticed, though, was the absence of Pepper and his daughter. Tony, how are you? Obadiah asked, trying to start the conversation. Tony slid one of the coffee cups closer towards Obadiah. Busy. All the wedding prep is severely cutting into my workshop time. Tony said dismissively as he took a swig from his coffee. But you're not here to check in on me. Otherwise, you would have come to visit me earlier. So, what do you need, Obi? Obadiah released a sigh. Tony was never one for small talk, and it was going to work against him. It would make it a lot harder to talk Tony into doing what he wants, but he can still make do. Still can't get anything past you, Tony. Obadiah placated jestingly before turning more serious. I need you to open up the weapons division. Don't start again, Obi. Until I find out who is selling my stuff on the black market, I don't need to do anything. Tony interjected forcefully. Besides, our total income has increased by 8% ever since the weapons division closure. If anything, you should be asking me not to open it. He retorted. Obadiah, of course, knew about this small fact, but closing down the weapon division practically halted most of his cash flow. Selling weapons on the black market was the sole reason he was able to build up his war chest to what he had initially thought was enough to take over the company. He just wasn't able to factor in one thing, an invisible stakeholder with at least 10% stocks. Stane was only able to figure it out 2 weeks back after he helped the accounting department look through the company books. He could see the telltale signs of multiple shell companies owning small shares, all owned by one person. He had no idea who it was, but he was pretty sure that someone high up facilitated it. "We're ironmongers, Tony," Obadiah shouted, frustrated about how stubborn Tony was being. "Your father built this company to help people by making sure the government could protect them. I will not have you dishonor his legacy by bringing the company down," he added, trying to use Tony's daddy issues against him. Tony immediately paused mid-sip when he heard Obadiah's statement. Even though he believed that he had already moved on from his trauma, he still freezes up every time that he hears about his parents. Breaking out of his trance isn't much better, since a mix of overwhelming emotions started to fill him. Obadiah was smirking internally. Knowing Tony for as long as he did, he had picked up some things from his personality. He was just waiting for the inevitable blow-up that would allow him to manipulate Tony, but it looked like fate had other plans in mind. "Mr. Stark, Ms. Potts is calling. Would you like to answer?" Naruto interjected, causing Tony to snap out of his stupor. Naruto had been observing the conversation, making sure that Obadiah was not going to do anything. That was why he was able to text Pepper to cover for him if he called. Just in time, too, since Tony's negative emotions suddenly skyrocketed, giving him a reason to call Pepper. "Sure. Let me talk to her now," Tony replied. Naruto then walked towards the counter island and placed his phone on it before sliding it over towards Tony, since he still doesn't want to be handled stuff. Tony recognized Naruto's tactic to break him out of his emotional spiral. Although, his not answering for the sake of it. He really needed to talk to Pepper after the blatant manipulation from Obadiah. Obadiah, on the other hand, was internally cursing the guard. He wasn't sure if that did it purposefully, but the guard was still a thorn on his side. Tony picked up the phone and placed it up to his ear, making sure it wasn't on speakers. "Hey Peps. Heard you were looking for me. Miss me already?" Tony asked jokingly, trying to lift his spirits. "Keep dreaming, Tony. We're having some girl time," Pepper replied with a chuckle. "Alright. I'll pick you up later," Tony said before closing the phone and leaving him a lot more calm. He turned his attention toward Obadiah. "My father might have built the company, but I made it into what it is today. There's nothing you can tell me that will change my mind," he said with finality. Obadiah couldn't believe that his plan didn't work, and all because of a simple phone call. He knew that there was nothing else he could do to convince Tony otherwise. He released a sigh before drinking all of the coffee and turning towards Stark. "Okay. Just don't tell me that I didn't warn you," Obadiah replied. "I should go. The audit is still ongoing, and there's a lot more to do," he added before quickly walking out without even giving Tony a chance to reply. Naruto followed Stane out of the door, acting as the perfect bodyguard. He walked ahead of Stane and opened the door. "Have a safe trip, Mr. Stane," Naruto said. Obadiah stared at the guard for a good while, trying to get a read on the guy that fucked the meeting up. "Before I go, what's your name again?" Obadiah asked, making sure that he gets the right name for his guys to look into. "Nathan Sir," Naruto answered without hesitation. "Good man," Stane replied while removing the imaginary dust on Naruto's shoulder. "Make sure to look after Tony. He'll need it," he continued ominously before getting on the waiting SUV. As the car was driving away, Tony approached Naruto from behind. "So, he's the guy, huh?" Tony let out, referring to the leech inside his company. "Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. What are you going to do about it?" Naruto replied while simultaneously changing his suit. "I'll have Jarvis track everything he does. I need something that will link everything I have to him. Just make sure you don't do anything stupid. You still have a wedding to get to." Naruto's statement caused both men to laugh before heading back inside the mansion. Pushing aside thoughts about staying and just looking forward to Rhodey's interview. Obadiah, on the other hand, was still seething with how the meeting concluded when he received a call. He retrieved his phone and immediately saw that it was encrypted. "Stane," Obadiah greeted as soon as he answered. "It's Raza. I have something you might want to see. Triskelion, Washington, D.C. June 3, 2009, 9 o'clock local." Fury was currently standing inside his office in front of the large window overlooking the Washington skyline. Hill was just behind him, reading out reports from multiple high-level missions. On the other hand, the missions in Taiwan failed though a second team has already been sent. Hill ended. "Good. At least they aren't that incompetent," Fury commented. "What's the progress report for Project Olympus?" he asked. Project Olympus was one of Fury's pet projects alongside the Avengers Initiative. Olympus was the codename given for the helicarrier's design and construction. It was originally a Navy project with the goal of creating bases with more stealth and maneuverability compared to regular aircraft carriers. The whole thing was already a decade in the making. When Fury saw the scrap designs, he immediately took it and placed the best minds S.H.I.E.L.D had to offer in order to make it their own. He was able to put everything he wanted in there. They were going to hide it by using radar-absorbing coats and retroactive panels, making them practically invisible from the sides and below. The only downside was that they would have to stay far away from regular air traffic lanes, since the maximum operating height is only around 25,000 feet, making the helicarrier well below commercial airplane cruising altitude. Everything had a price, though, and his dream base certainly didn't come cheap, since it had already cost him $30 billion, with another estimated $15 billion more needed to make it operational. The helicarrier was 5 times pricier than an Nimitz-class carrier, and 3 times the Ford-class carrier, which is still in development. S.H.I.E.L.D did a few swipes on her tablet before finding what she was looking for. The main vessel itself is already at 70%, but there's a problem with turbines. S.H.I.E.L.D answered. Since the turbine engine power was increased by 25% to accommodate for potential engine loss, production has slowed down by 10%. She explained. The estimated completion time is around November 2011, sir. Fury released a grunt that could mean anything, at least for S.H.I.E.L.D. In reality, Fury was ecstatic about how soon he would get the carrier. How about the initiative? What's the latest report on the potential members? Fury asked, referring to his other pet project. S.H.I.E.L.D quickly adopted a displeased look. She had already voiced her displeasure about the whole Avengers initiative. She just couldn't see the use of loose cannons in trying to protect the world. Dr. Hyde is still in Brazil, working at a bottling plant. Ross is trying to call a ringer from the UK. We're still looking into who he's trying to call. S.H.I.E.L.D reported, starting with Dr. Banner. Barton and Romanoff are doing their missions. We have no idea where the Fox is. She continued. We got a whole bunch of potential candidates from the index, but I have no idea why you can't just choose from any of them. Because they're inefficient. Fury replied like it answers everything. Add another one on the list. Who? Tony Stark. I heard he built something new. He answered. S.H.I.E.L.D was, of course, surprised with Fury's order. Tony Stark was one of the few guys with a standing do not interact order, and Fury wanted to invite him to his Power Rangers. Although she still obeyed Fury's order. Fury would further inquire about the Avengers initiative, but a headache decided to show himself. Hey. Cyclops. What the hell, man? What's taking you so long? Naruto shouted as soon as he appeared right in front of Fury with his back facing Maria. Fury's eyebrows started to twitch, but he kept his calm. S.H.I.E.L.D, on the other hand, followed her instincts and quickly drew her gun and pointed it at Naruto. She only holstered gun when Fury's gun remained untouched. You need to give me more than that. Fury responded with false calm. He already connected Naruto as the harbinger of headaches. The bug blew. America's ass. The most patriotic guy in existence. The captain. Why haven't you guys found him yet? Naruto replied. One might question why Naruto was acting like this over the fact that the captain was still in the ice. However, everything could be explained with one word: Peggy. That's right. Peggy had been continuously asking Naruto about S.H.I.E.L.D's progress on finding the captain. The last time he was in Switzerland, which was 5 minutes ago, he had enough with all the asking. Don't get him wrong. He wasn't annoyed with Peggy, but rather with S.H.I.E.L.D. The S.H.I.E.L.D survey party was like only 10 kilometers away from the captain, before moving to another quadrant. It's simple. Coulson just hasn't found him. I can't exactly throw large amounts of resources even if it's to find the captain. Fury retorted. Wait a second. Naruto said before suddenly disappearing. Who was that, sir? S.H.I.E.L.D asked. She was pretty sure who that was, but it was better to be sure. Right? You still haven't met the asshole personally. Fury mused. That was the 9 tails of the fox. You might know the guy as Romanoff's boyfriend. Ha. He really has quite a personality on him. I thought all of you were just exaggerating. S.H.I.E.L.D replied before Naruto appeared again. Naruto didn't show up alone this time, since a disoriented Coulson was with him. It looked like Naruto had just pulled Coulson out of the bed, since his suit is slightly disordered. Wake up, Coulson. You are going to want to be awake for this. Naruto said while patting Coulson on the back. I'm awake. Don't worry. Coulson replied with a little less energy than usual. Now, what's the reason you pulled me out of bed and brought me in front of my boss? Naruto reached behind him and pulled out a map with a lot of writing. Coulson recognized it as his survey map. S.H.I.E.L.D walked over beside Fury to get a better look at what was happening. Recognize this? Naruto asked. Yeah. That's my copy of the crew's survey map that's looking for the captain. I'm not even going to ask how you found that. Coulson replied, a lot more alert. He was reasonably sure that he was going to learn something new. Preferably the captain's location. Exactly. Naruto commented with a smile before pointing at the S.H.I.E.L.D survey crew's current position. You guys are currently here. He then moved his finger to another place on the map. They were here before. Do you know what's 10 kilometers north of that position? I'm not going to like the answer, am I? Coulson replied. Depending on how you look at it. Naruto retorted with a grin. You still want to find the captain, right? Northern Afghanistan. June 5, 2009, 2200 hours local. Mr. Stane. A pleasure to finally meet you in person. Raza greeted Stane while extending his hand. A loyal customer, eh? Stane replied while shaking Roz's hand. Now, what is it you want to show me? He asked, trying to move the conversation forward. He doesn't want to stay in the middle of nowhere. Roz walked towards the huge table inside the room. This was made by Stark during their escape. The thing that will change warfare as we know it. Raza said theatrically before pulling the cover off, revealing a metal suit of armor. The modern reincarnation of the knight. He added. The scary thing is, he has already perfected it. Stane was immediately mesmerized by the suit of armor. He already knew that Tony was a genius, but this just brings it to another level. Amazing. Stane mused in awe before noticing the gap in the middle of the chest plate. What's missing here? The doctor placed an electromagnet in his chest to prevent shrapnel from damaging his heart. My men say that something was glowing at the center of his chest. That might be what powers it. Raza answered. Stane let out while pulling something out from his pocket and placing it on his ear. What do you want for me to take this? 2 more Jericho missiles and 1 of. Raza tried to answer before he suddenly fell paralyzed. Do you see this? Stane asked while showing a small device. This is one of S.I.E.L.D's prototypes. A neural overload device. It releases a series of high-frequency sounds and electromagnetic waves that essentially give you epilepsy. This right here, pointing to a device behind his ear, counteracts the M waves. Raza was glaring hatefully at Stane. Thank you for the gift. He added before walking outside and looking towards his guards. Clean everything up and pack up the armor inside, he ordered. Stane's guards acknowledged his order and started to shoot everyone in the camp. Stane just pushed everything out of his mind and got inside the car. S.H.I.E.L.D. Safe House, New York. June 7, 2009, 2300 hours local. Damn, the captain is hot. Naruto stated a little louder than he would have liked. Everyone else in the room turned their head towards him and gave him an appraising look. Hey, I'm into chicks but come on. Look at the guy. He defended himself. Everyone in the room was here with one express purpose, watching over Captain America. Naruto, Fury, and Hill were the only people inside the personal observation deck with a one-way mirror overlooking at a surgical suite where the still partially frozen captain was being checked. Coulson was in the suite overseeing everything. Moving on. Hill stated, ignoring Naruto. We have already performed an MRI, CT, and brain scan. We have 100% confirmation that he's still alive and partially conscious. It's like he just went into hibernation. I don't think any average human would just hibernate in that situation. They would have just immediately died, or just become frostbitten until they died. Naruto weighed in. Erxine's formula must be godly as hell. You guys just fucked up with that banner guy. Project Reborn was not ours, and you know that. Fury defended S.H.I.E.L.D. Ross got a little too enthusiastic with his project. Fury just wouldn't admit that the military just got the jump on him. Whoever thought of hiring Dr. Banner as the lead researcher must be among the few geniuses in the military. However, the way they handled the fallout of the Hulk countered his idea that there were smart guys in the military. Either way, Banner is still in Brazil. I'm not trying to keep as close as an eye on him as possible. Although, I pushed some stuff away. We don't want a tank on steroids in the middle of Rio, right? Naruto replied. But, I think he is planning to return stateside. What makes you say that? Hill asked. There was absolutely no intel about that. She should know since she was the one who monitors the intel coming in from all the initiative candidates. He leaves his laptop in his apartment when he goes to work. You should look into that. Naruto answered. Not really providing the reason while still giving advice. He then turned towards Fury. By the way, I still haven't got paid for Cap's intel. Don't think just because I'm going out with Nat that I work for free. Ha. I thought you did it out of the goodness of your heart. Fury replied sarcastically. Yeah. Joke all you want, Fury. I can just take the captain there and bury him somewhere else. Naruto retorted half seriously. Of course, it's a messed up idea, and he had no intention of doing it. If he ever wants to scare Fury into doing something, like maybe paying his dues, he would just need to take the captain away and bring him to Switzerland. Fury's eyes narrowed, and stared down Naruto, trying to assess if Naruto would go through his threat. He was using his training to try and read Naruto's tics, but it looked like it wouldn't work. He released a sigh before giving in. What do you want? Fury asked. Can I borrow Cap's shield for a week? Naruto said with a mischievous grin. Why? I just want to play with it for a bit. Naruto replied with a shrug before reaching for something behind him. Come on Nikki. I already have it with me. Fine. Just give it back within a week. Fury answered resignedly. Yes. Naruto exclaimed with a fist pump before putting the shield away. The trio turned their attention back to the still partially frozen captain. What's your plan for him? Assuming he wakes up. Naruto asked. We're going to make a halfway house somewhere and slowly break the news. Hill answered instead for Fury. How are you guys going to do that? We've got an old building we could use. Some agents would become actors. The goal is to just set him up first before slowly reintegrating him. Fury replied, relating the plan that he settled on after S.H.I.E.L.D consulted with some psychologists. Naruto looked at the two agents incredulously before laughing. He was laughing so hard that he was already on the floor, holding his stomach. It continued for at least 5 minutes. He slowly stood up and wiped the tears at the corner of his eye. Oh, wow. Haven't laughed that hard for a long time. Naruto mused. Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D just stared at the self-proclaimed mercenary. They had no idea what Naruto found so funny about their plan, but he just had to know what it was. Care to share with the class? Fury inquired with a raised eyebrow. You really don't know, do you? Naruto replied, to which Fury just gave another stare. Come on. He's the captain. He's got an IQ of like 180, an eye for detail, and an eidetic memory. What do you think would happen? He rhetorically asked. Naruto practically spelled out his reasoning, which boiled down to the captain, figuring out the ruse almost immediately. This would make a lousy impression of S.H.I.E.L.D. But even after all that, Fury still couldn't understand his logic. I thought you guys are supposed to be smart. Naruto commented with a shake of his head. I'm not going to tell you anymore. Just work it out. He added. Anyways, I have to go. Just keep me posted on how your plan works out. He states with a small chuckle before suddenly disappearing. Fury started gritting his teeth. Finding Captain America was one of the most monumental parts of S.H.I.E.L.D's history, and making sure everything worked out with the Cap was paramount. If Naruto found something wrong with how he would do it, then he should be made aware of it to make sure it could be studied. S.H.I.E.L.D, find out what he's talking about. Fury ordered. I got an idea, sir. S.H.I.E.L.D hesitantly replied. Fury gave S.H.I.E.L.D a nod, urging her to continue. It's common knowledge that the captain is as straight of a shooter kind of guy we are going to get. If we ever want him to join S.H.I.E.L.D in the future, we need to be honest with him from the start, or at least not present him a false front. Fury stood silent for about a minute, thinking about all the possible approaches that he could take about introducing Rogers to the world, and all its potential repercussions. Send me right up from the psychologists on retainer. Fury ordered before walking out of the room. S.H.I.E.L.D followed close behind. Jiongu, Switzerland. June 8, 2009, 5:30 local. Peggy was doing some basic yoga positions, stretching out her body before going for her daily run. She checked the resistance level of the band on her wrist. It was currently set on only 4 times resistance, and it was already making everything harder than it should be. She was about to walk out of the door when it suddenly opened from the outside, revealing Naruto, who was sporting a wide grin. Oh? Hi. What are you doing here so early? Peggy asked, a little surprised. It wasn't abnormal for Naruto to suddenly appear out of nowhere. That was basically one of his quirks, but it was very rare for him to show up this early or this excited. I've got news, and you're going to love it. Naruto replied, walking past Peggy and entering the house. I'm going for a run. Can't you just tell me while we're running? Peggy suggested, her military conditioning practically forcing her to stick to her schedule. Oh, you're not going to say that for long. Naruto retorted before reaching behind him, revealing something large, metallic, and circular. Peggy's breath hitched, and tears started forming at the corner of her eyes, as she immediately recognized that the object was Steve's shield. They finally found him. Peggy whispered in a shaky voice. She felt her legs slowly turn into jelly. Naruto recognized the signs and pulled Peggy towards the couch. He then walked towards the kitchen to fetch her some water. Peggy gratefully took the glass and took a tentative sip. You okay? Naruto checked. He could see that Peggy was holding herself back a lot. Yes. I'm fine. More than fine, actually. Peggy answered after clearing her throat. When did they found him? A day or 2 ago. He just arrived 2 hours ago at a S.H.I.E.L.D medical safe house in New York. Naruto replied. I just borrowed the shield to show you. Like proof of life or something. He added with an awkward chuckle. How is he? They did a whole bunch of tests. MRI, CT, and a brain scan. Everything looks normal, well normal for a super soldier placed on ice. Naruto explained. He's still on ice, though. They want to make sure everything's ready before waking him up. Peggy slowly nodded, feeling absolutely relieved that Steve was alright until she realized what Naruto just said. Ready for what? Peggy asked. The welcome party, of course. Naruto answered like it was the most obvious thing. Fury's still debating on how he wants to do it, but he's leaning towards one of the options. I called him stupid for it. I'll need to hear it first, but I got a feeling it's ludicrous if you called it stupid, Peggy stated. Fury wanted to wake him up in a 40s-50s hospital room. They're going to say they just found him a few months after the crash and slowly let him adjust. Naruto stated. Bloody wanker. What the hell is wrong with Fury? Peggy exclaimed. Steve would figure it out immediately, even before Project Rebirth. She adopted a faraway look, remembering Steve's time during basic training. He always had an eye for detail and an unorthodox mind. Add the fact that he absolutely hates liars, just behind bullies, and she left the last part unfinished. Fury's thought process is understandable. He has been a spy for so long that his option always goes into deception and other stuff like that. Naruto stated seriously before cheering back up. Anyway, we got 3 months to whip you back to shape. Are you saying I'm fat? Peggy asked with a dangerously low voice. No, of course not. Naruto replied quickly while cursing himself for not thinking things through. I'm just saying that if you want to keep up with the captain, we should start training your specialized katas up to a certain level. He explained. Bollocks. Peggy cursed under her breath. When are we gonna start? Now? Just right after you do your daily routine and stuff. Naruto said as he walked back towards the door, but he suddenly stopped right before he walked out. Stupid. Ugh. He exclaimed while banging his head on the door. Peggy stared at Naruto with both worry and curiosity. She walked up behind Naruto and placed her hand on his shoulder. Naruto turned his head towards her. What's the problem? Peggy asked with a soft voice. Tony and I just overlooked something, and it might just bite us in the ass. Naruto answered. We'll start with the katas tomorrow. I need to handle something. He added before suddenly disappearing, leaving Peggy on her own. Ugh. He's just gonna leave me with no other details. Peggy complained. Kids these days. No respect for the elderly. She said before walking out of the door to start a run. She couldn't stop her smile though every time she remembered that Steve is finally out of the ice. Stark Mansion, Malibu, Los Angeles. June 7, 2009, 2100 hours local. Tony, Pepper, and Morgan were enjoying their rare time off. Nothing like family time to recenter oneself even amidst everything that has been happening. The Stark family was just sitting on the couch with Pepper playing with Morgan when Tony returned back to the living room with a bowl of popcorn. Don't get me wrong, I love the excitement, variety, and all of that, but sometimes it's nice to have some downtime. Tony mused out loud. Yeah, and then Naruto suddenly shows up out of nowhere. Pepper replied. Morgan perked up when she heard Naruto's name. Naruto? Morgan asked while looking around. Don't say it one more time. You'll summon him. Tony said half jokingly. What? Naruto? Pepper retorted. He's not going to appear out of nowhere. She added before instantly regretting it. Naruto suddenly appeared in the living room. Told you. He's like Beetlejuice. Say his name 3 times and he shows up. Tony exclaimed while Pepper has a sheepish expression. Tony, we need to talk. Naruto said seriously. Ugh. Can this wait? I just microwaved some popcorn. Tony whined. Stane got your scraps. Naruto plainly replied. Scraps? What scraps? Tony asked. Pepper is listening to the conversation intently. The 10 rings collected the Mark 1 scraps, and Stane got his hand on it. Naruto answered. What? Didn't I blow that up? Tony exclaimed. Yeah. As far as I can tell, you left nothing but scraps. The only thing they salvaged is the twisted armor. Naruto explained. The problem comes when Stane somehow got footage of the attack on Gulmir. He got some SI scientists and engineers reverse engineering the armor. Tony cursed under his breath. Using RDX to blow up his armor was looking like a bad decision. It looked like he should probably have used a high-temp explosive to melt down the armor. You got the names of the employees helping Stane? Tony asked. Some but not all. I can get the full list tomorrow. Naruto replied. What are you going to do with them? For now, nothing. Depending on what happens, I might fire them. Tony said. Jarvis. Search the SI servers for anything that might relate to my armor. Start looking into Obi's PC. Immediately, sir. Jarvis quickly confirmed. He should probably keep happy with you at all times. Rhodey would be even better. He's looking for a valid power source, and you've got the only viable one. He might make a play for it. Naruto advised. Tony unconsciously placed his hand on his chest. The one currently inside his chest was a second version of the arc reactor. It has double the output of the first arc reactor. There was just no telling what Stane could do if he got his hand on the miniature arc reactor. You guys still got the knife I gave you guys? Tony and Pepper look at each other before Pepper answered. We still got it, but we can't exactly bring it with us. A knife isn't exactly the most discreet thing ever. Pepper replied. Naruto adopted a more contemplative look. Give me your arm. Naruto requested, but Tony and Pepper were a little apprehensive. Come on, it's not going to hurt. Tony and Pepper reluctantly extended their left and right arm respectively. Naruto grabbed onto their wrist until some kind of writing appeared above the pulse point. The writing started to fade until it completely disappeared. Just rub your wrist if you're in trouble. I should show up and get you out of there. Tony and Pepper stared at the spot where the writing showed up. There's also a small load of yang chakra in there, which should help with small wounds and bruises. How about Morgan? Pepper asked. I already gave her the bracelet. That's more than enough to take out a standard assault squad. Naruto replied absent-mindedly before walking towards the couch and dropping beside Tony. Man, this day just keeps coming. He said before releasing a sigh. Never thought I'll ever see you tired. Tony commented. What has got you so wound up? Not enough time with the ladies. He teased while wagging his eyebrows. Yeah. There's also the fact that S.H.I.E.L.D finally found the guy your old man kept on looking for. Naruto replied. Tony took a few seconds to understand who Naruto was talking about. Though, he got assaulted by mixed emotions when he figured out who Naruto was talking about. They found the captain. Yup. Brought him back to New York a few hours ago. Tony stayed silent after he got his confirmation. Pepper could clearly see the internal battle that Tony was fighting. Okay. What are you guys talking about? Pepper interjected. Remember Coulson? Pepper nodded at Naruto's question. He found Captain America. Like the Captain America. Yup. In a plane 10 meters below the ice somewhere near Greenland. Ha. When and where are they going to bury him? Pepper asked. There will be no burial. Well, at least for some time. Naruto retorted. The guy is still alive. The super soldier serum kept him alive. He just needs some thawing out and he's good to go. Tony and Pepper were obviously surprised. It had been almost 70 years from when the plane crashed. How the hell was he still alive? Morgan had already fallen asleep sometime during the conversation. All the adult talk probably bored the hell out of her. Naruto stood up and did some small stretches. Alright. I need to check up on the girls. Call me if you need anything. Naruto announced before disappearing. Tony and Pepper took a few moments before they recovered from Naruto's news. Next time we have some downtime. Never say his name. Got it. Tony said. No problem. Already learned my lesson. Pepper replied. Thanks for listening. I do hope you enjoyed. If you want the next part of this video, like, subscribe and comment down below, and turn on the bell notification. And also check out other videos that I have created and enjoy. See you in the next video. Peace.